That one does not look good. You see my face the whole time, bro? I was sad. Do not eat that one. It was not protected by cheese.
Tell the differences between them. I got a control steak as well.
Yo, what's up, internet? It's your boy EV's Third Evolution, and today we're reacting to dry aged steaks and cheese wax for 1/2 year and ate it. All right, so that's. I love butchering the titles. It's probably my favorite thing. So let's see what they butchered up in this video.
This is cheese wax. It is specially made for coating cheese. It helps prevent unwanted
The cheese wax!
mold growth and retains moisture while cheese age. However, today we're going to be doing something completely different. I'm going to be using this to dry age steaks. Now the first thing we need to do is to go ahead and melt this whole thing. To make things a little bit easier, I chopped it in small pieces. And I'll tell you one thing, this thing is hard. I was expecting it to be extremely soft.
No homo though.
But no, it's not. In order to melt it nice and slow and gentle, I boiled some water underneath another pan and bring that up to temperature.
I've never seen that technique before. Pan within a pan boiling technique? Wow. This is extraordinary. But we can't watch this video at this speed though. 1.5 always, man.
The goal here is to reach 170 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the perfect temperature to use the cheese wax. And you would have thought that this thing melts really quickly. No. It takes some time. And as that was happening, it was perfect because I went ahead and got my steaks. These are the ones I'll be using for today's experiment. They are two beautiful New York strip.
Those are beautiful. Look at the marble in there. Look at the marbling on here with the fat and the density of the meat. Look at how I point my mouse around this piece of meat like I know what I'm talking about. No homo though.
1.5 inches thick, and as you can see, they have great marbling.
Oh, it's thick. Told you about the marbling.
Now, since I have two steaks, I have to run an experiment. Unlike dry aging where the meat is extremely dry by the end result, cheese wax aging is like wet aging. To do that, it's very simple. All you have to do is to put it in a vacuum bag and let it rest in your refrigerator. That is it. There's nothing else to do. Now, one of the most interesting things is that every steak you buy in the supermarket has been wet aged for some time. Not only does it improve flavor, it also improves texture. Usually they do it for 28 days. And today we're going to push it to the limit because this wet aging steak right here is going to be sitting down in my refrigerator for 6 months. And by this time, the cheese wax was fully melted. And one of the things that I had to do was to partially freeze the steak. This will avoid the exterior to start cooking. Now, I had to do this several times over. And as I was doing so, one disaster thing happened. It just fell off the tongue, splattering everywhere. This is not an easy process. I had to repeat it many times over to ensure that the whole steak was fully covered. I did it so many times that I completely lost count. But once I was done, this is what it looks like. As you can see, the entire steak is fully...
That is crazy. I've never seen that before. That's pretty dope. So I've never seen this. So then now that it's like that, you're supposed to just let it like age together. Like, is that the whole thing that it's like? Is that what it's about? Let's see.
Be covered with cheese wax. And because it was heated to 170 degrees Fahrenheit, it's 100% pasteurized. Now the big question is this going to be something incredible or just a terrible experiment? Well, we're about to find out right now, as I'll be letting both rest in my refrigerator for half a year. Once the time was up, I took it out and look, this cheese wax is now like a rock. It seems like it has completely crystallized, but it's now time to open. And as I'm doing so, oh man, this thing is tough.
Is it safe to eat this stuff? Can you? Well, first, they're both sealed in a sealant. The sealant that you're using here just happens to be cheese. And the other one is sealed in a vacuum sealed bag, thus removing all air particles and oxygen for bacteria to grow. So technically, if it hasn't been oxidized, it should.
As you can see, it does not just come off nice and easy. As soon as I started seeing the meat, it got me super excited. As you can see, it has a nice, beautiful red color, which is exactly what I was looking for. But opening it up is no joke. So I went ahead, kept working with it as best as I could, and after about 20 minutes of doing so, this is what I was left with. Half a year cheesed wet-aged steak. Now it looks a lot better than I expected, even though some parts of it seems like it was completely falling apart. Holding it on my hand told me everything I needed to know. It feels extremely tender. One of the most tender steak I've ever held. And when I smelled it, oh man, I want to say that it smells like cheese. It seems like it did something. Probably the enzymes from the steak itself started to tenderize it. But the most important thing to me is how is it going to taste? And because it does not smell bad, it gives me confidence for us to go ahead and try this steak. And right about now is the perfect time for me to give you this warning. Do not try this experiment at home, because let me show you what happened to the wet-aged one. As you can see, this one looks completely different. We lost a tremendous amount of juices in the bag. You can also clearly see a little bit of oxidation. So I went ahead, opened it up, set it down in some paper towels, pat it dry as best as I could, and this is what half a year steak wet-aged looks like. You can clearly see that we have a good amount of oxidation on the edges. It also feels extremely tender though. At the same time, I have no idea how it's going to taste. This is uncharted territory for me, but I'm excited to find out. And to make sure we can...
That one does not look good. You see my face the whole time, bro? I was sad. Do not eat that one. It was not protected by cheese.
Tell the differences between them. I got a control steak as well. And you can clearly see the differences between color. We got the cheese wax one, the wet aged one, and the one that is brand new. For the seasoning, I kept it exactly the same. A good amount of salt followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. The only thing I have to do now is to go ahead and cook them. However, I gotta be prepared. Just in case they turn out terrible, I went ahead and made an incredible side dish for us today. And this one was inspired by my good friend Chef John. To make it, it is ridiculously easy, and here's how. The first thing to do is to melt some butter. Once fully melted, I added some water, followed by all...
I like this. I like this cutaway to this side dish thing, because then it keeps you intrigued in the video, because now you need to figure out, I need to figure out what happened with these steaks. What do they taste like? So there's a cliffhanger. Pretty nice.
Purpose flour. Mixed everything well and combined it into a dough. Once done, you want to go ahead and cook it up. I did it for about 8 minutes. Once that was done, I transferred to a different plate and let it rest. After about 7 minutes, I seasoned it with salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper, a little bit of cayenne, and 1 whole egg. Now you want to mix this up and bring everything together. Keep mixing it until you have a nice soft dough. If needed, you can always add a little bit more water. This right here was the perfect consistency for me. Once that was done, I let it rest until I can make a sauce. And this sauce is super easy to make, and here's how. I started with a pre-made marinara sauce. Then I added some gochujang, which is Korean chili paste, followed by balsamic vinegar and a little bit of
Korean chili paste
of oregano. Mixed everything well and brought it to a simmer, and that's it. My sauce was done. It does not get any easier than that. Talking about easy, the next thing to do is to go ahead and grate a good amount of mozzarella cheese on top of the dough. Once that was done, mix everything together until you have a nice cohesive dough, as now it's time to go ahead and deep fry the whole thing. Shaping it like this makes the job a lot easier. And as far as deep frying goes, I kept my oil at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. You're looking for a nice golden brown color just like this. It takes anywhere between 2 minutes to 3 minutes, because once you have fried them all, this is what they look like. It's like mozzarella steak on steroids. It's light, it's crispy, extremely gooey, absolutely delicious, and extremely addicting. Don't believe me? Well, you just wait and see what the guys think. Because remember, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and cook the steaks. First, I'll be putting a nice beautiful sear in all of them. Once I got a nice sear, I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And for that, I'll be using my wireless thermometers.
Wireless thermometers. Wow, y'all really pushing this to the limit. I've never seen wireless thermometers before. That's pretty out there.
Because now I say it is enough talking and it is time to grill some beautiful steaks. So let's do it.
That transition though from cutaway small recipe to this portion here, seamless. I'm not gonna lie, that looks fantastic.
All right.
But I'm not one for like the red in the meat, you know? Just saying.
All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steaks. A nice, wonderful side dish. Are you guys hungry?
Yes. This is a feast for real.
Mozzarella sticks together with steaks. Come on now. It's not actually mozzarella sticks, though.
That looks like some elevated mozzarella sticks right there.
Shout out to Chef John. It is cheese puff.
Yeah, that sounds like an elevated mozzarella stick.
Very good. Enough talking. I am extremely hungry. How about you guys?
I say that is enough talking.
And let's do it. All right, let's go for it.
This is a strange trio. That's all I'm gonna say.
Let's start this direction. I want to know your honest opinion. Leo is super hungry, huh, Leo?
I can't help myself.
I want to know if there's any differences between the steaks, taste, texture, and everything else.
I said that was enough talking.
This gentleman right here is hungry, everybody. Let's see. Ready for it?
Oh, yeah.
Let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
That is a good steak right there.
that is a Google steak, baby. I miss a Google steak. What do you think, Angel?
Awesome.
You don't want to talk?
No.
They want to know what it tastes like.
It's so good.
That kiss of charcoal on the steak really just brings it all together with the tenderness, the juiciness, the beefiness.
It was a French kiss.
With tongues and everything.
This is really nice. Like, I'm a big food guy, and like, you know, it's just I haven't really had all the proper equipment to be able to really get down and dirty into what I want to start doing. But like, having meat like this is nice. Like being able to cook meat and seeing the different, like it's nice. No homo though.
With tongues and everything.
Goddamn.
But you guys are both right. That was the control. I want to know if it goes up from here or down from here, because these two steaks are going to be extremely different. And before we try them, I will give a disclaimer. Please do not try this at home, everybody. We're about to find out right now. Let's go for the second one. Please, dig in.
Don't gotta ask me twice.
Okay, let's see the tenderness. Enough talking. Let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
At least cook it all the way through if you're gonna let it sit in your fridge for 6 months, bro. Right?
Ooh, that's good.
That's real good.
You got me all nervous for nothing. That's a delicious freaking steak right there.
I'm about to sneak another one.
Go for another one.
Oh, me too. That's really good.
Wow, you guys really liked it, man.
It has like a more profound beef flavor. Like the beef is deep on this one. Beefy as hell.
I've never heard so many words come out of Angel's mouth.
This one
Beefy on this. This is all very suspect episode.
is like, this one is like,
I love how Andy talk like a man. You see, like from the caveman, like a caveman. You know what I mean? It's either or.
For me, one of the most apparent things is that it's a lot more tender.
Very tender, yes.
I get a little bit of like sourness with the juices too, but you think sour with a steak and it sounds like a bad combo, but it's a subtle sourness that actually tastes really nice with a steak.
So to be clear, this was a huge improvement from the control.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is a better steak.
Okay, let's give Chef John an honor, but what you guys don't see is this, everybody. Check out the back.
I'm just gonna go ahead and grab 2 of them.
Wow, what the heck? Give me guys' honest opinion, yeah?
Okay.
Gotcha.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, come on.
Wow.
Is that a fire?
The crunch that it had, and also that puffiness inside of it was really good. Like, it's true, it's like an elevated mozzarella stick. Elevated mozzarella sticks are like kind of gooey and slurp glurp. This one is more like condensed, and everything kind of really stays compact in there. And it has that crunch that you can hear. So like, you know that's a solid mozzarella stick.
Fire.
That is amazing, everybody. It's crispy and also gooey in the middle with the cheese. That's how I would describe it.
On the outside, it's a little bit drier. So it's like gooey on the inside, but it's a little chewy on the outside.
Since Angel's taking my job, I'll take his. That side is just,
Easy to make. Highly recommend giving it a try. Give it a try also to the marinara sauce. That is a winner chicken dinner, everybody. But I'm excited for the steaks. Yeah. Oh, you can always. Oh, okay. Let me know if this one is better or worse.
is this still, don't try this at home?
Hell no, don't try this at home.
I don't think it's gonna be bad, bro. I saw you laughing in there like a little mad scientist.
If we're still making videos by 6 months from now, you know the answer.
You got me scared, man. Am I gonna grow a third arm? Like, what's happening?
There might be a chance.
Oh my God. The radioactive steak experiment, huh?
Enough talking, let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bro,
Wow.
this is crazy.
That is amazing.
I'm putting such little effort into chewing this steak, it just almost melts away in your mouth.
Tenderness level from the first one to this one, I would say is 5 times improvement. Also, the flavor has a little bit of
5x, baby.
funk, which is not dry aged.
No, it doesn't taste like that, the same type of funkiness that we're accustomed to with the dry age.
Not at all, but it does have some funk into it.
Yes.
I agree.
It tastes incredible. It tastes a little sour.
From the previous steak, this last one that we just tried does have an improvement in flavor, an improvement in tenderness.
I think the sourness is coming from the fermentation. I think it's coming from the fermentation of the bacterium in there that is adding that bit of sourness, you know? But this is interesting. I can see why they would say not try this at home. I don't think it's very safe, but these guys seem to have done pretty well with it.
Tenderness, but I think an improvement isn't a good enough word to describe how much juicier it is. Like a freaking river of steak juices that flow into your mouth when you take a bite of it. It's awesome.
That's why you're the description guy, Leo.
I would say it's a waterfall.
I know you would, Angel.
It's a
I know you would.
waterfall of juice.
Bomba clot. I'm out of here, bro. That's some bati